Bore da, pawb, croeso I nôl. Good morning all and welcome back to Nick at Nova Adventures and Urban Exploration. The date is Saturday the 13th of June 2026. The temperature is 16 degrees and the time is 20 past 8 in the AM. Where are we today? I'll give you just a little view of where we are. There we are. We are in St. Justians, I think that's how you pronounce it. But more than that, we are at St. David's Lifeboat Station, or we will be just down the road. Today they are launching the all-weather lifeboat from the lifeboat station on a test exercise, so we've come down to film that. Hopefully we will get you some drone footage of that with Browd Maud. And it's a little bit windy, but we think we're within the capabilities of him anyway. So I'm just here in Nova having a much needed cup of coffee in the old Grandad mug. And yeah, it was an early start this morning. Was meant to get up at about 6:45, but Gracie the cat decided to bring in a little dormouse and woke me up at 6 minutes past 6 by meeping at my socks. Ah, my God. So yes, that's what we're going to do today, down to St. David's Lifeboat Station. Hopefully we can have a look around the lifeboat itself while it's docked in the station and do some filming at the same time. And of course, the RNLI are struggling for donations for one reason or another that we won't go into, but we will leave a donation. Please, please, no matter what you think of the situation and what they do save lives. They are a charity. They need funds urgently. So this is a plea to everybody in the country, whether you are on coastal regions or, you know, even if you haven't been rescued by the RNLI. I haven't, thank God I haven't, but you know, you never know, do you? So please, please just give a little bit of money, whether it's £1 or £2. You know, don't buy your cup of coffee in Costa or Coffee One or wherever. Go and put a couple of quid in the RNLI charity box, because as I said, they do really need some funds. Anyway, that's enough preaching to you lot. I'm sure you don't want me harping on about that. The next time you will see me, we will be walking down to the lifeboat station. Here we are then, just a short walk from where we've parked Nova up the road. We come through the gate and we might get some drone footage also of this. You can't get to it from the public footpath because it's in somebody's garden. And I think it's a church or a chapel. But we will get the drone up and we will get some drone footage of St. Justians just by there. Okay, I can see a couple of lifeboats out already. Or are they just the boats for day trips to Ramsey Island? And so this over here is the old lifeboat station right in front of you, and coming into view just about there is the new lifeboat station. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and find a place to take off, and all we do, we walk just up. Now before we walk, there we are. That's just a map of where we are. Gives you some information. And yes, look, boat trips to Ramsey Island. Okay, right, we're going to walk up over this way. Beautiful part of West Wales, this. And go back to the mid-90s with the Sea Empress oil tanker disaster. This area was absolutely devastated by oil. Thankfully, it has recovered. Right, Here we go then. Coming into view now is the top platform of the lifeboat station itself. And you'll join me when we get to the top. So it says the lifeboat station is closed to visitors. The shop is currently closed, but I think the shop is open a little bit later. And there's the donation instructions. And as you see, this is a lift system where they put all the supplies into the lift. And a quick sign, welcome to St. David's RNLI. And yeah, they put all the supplies into the lift, and we're going to walk down just a little bit, hopefully not get stopped. And yeah, they bring all the supplies down. We will go down to the bottom platform, and I think we're going to take off from over here somewhere with Raoul Maud, and if I do see somebody I would just inform them that I've got the drone. The tide is well out, so we will only go to the door of the lifeboat station as it's closed. Sure they won't mind. Fair few steps, although the door's open. See if we can get a cheeky wow. Wow. There we are. Let's have, what a machine. Let's see if we can have a quick photo before we get asked to leave. Well, I'm not sure whether it's closed or not. Okay, before anybody comes up, they're on the launch ramp just having an inspection. There are two lifeboats here, by the way. This is the all-weather lifeboat, and then that might be a D-class over in the distance. Wow. How often do you get this close to this asset? Wow, beautiful machine. So as I say, we will give a donation once we've seen everything, and if those guys come back up now, we'll just tell them that we're going to have the drone over at some point, just so they know. Alrighty, so I've just been given some information that I think he said the Angle lifeboat, all-weather lifeboat, is coming in at about 9 o'clock. And what they're doing, they're taking this one out on exercise. There she is. And then they're going to bring the Angle lifeboat back up, and they're going to wash all the hull from all the crap that's on the Angle lifeboat. That one's going out, and then she's coming back in. So that was worth asking, wasn't it? At the right time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68 steps from down there to up here. And don't know whether you noticed or not, but there was no 13. They were in steps of 12. Good, 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 good. Okay, I think we found our place to take off from. We are going to do a master shot, and look at that Ramsey Island over in the distance there. Look, wow, beautiful. To say I'm a little bit nervous is an understatement. Always nervous about flying in sea or on the coastline or over open water. People say you need to trust the drone's capabilities. So yeah, right, okay, let's see if I can get a quick master shot of the two stations and maybe a photo looking back. Here we go, it's all or nothing.
I'm feeling high when I'm low, I need it more when you're close to me, 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 close to me. I'm broken when you're not around, unspoken words I'm screaming out. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Here we are then, right up close to the Mark Mason angle lifeboat, and we will get a bit closer with the selfie stick, but I suppose it's a he, isn't it, called Mark, but I always think boats are she. But anyway, he's having some planned maintenance as well as the hull being cleaned out. Going to be here for a good few hours, I would imagine. Right, so we'll have a bit of footage now. Extending the selfie stick, we will get a bit closer.
Do you want the small one? Look at that.
Right, let me get you in some good light then. Okay, we're going to come back. So we spent a bit of time watching the angle lifeboat getting cleaned, and chat with one of the guys, and I asked him how the class of lifeboats are named, and as soon as he said it, I thought, fuck yeah, of course. Named after rivers, aren't they? Tamar, Severn, Shannon. So anyway, they're going to finish cleaning the bottom of the Mark Mason, and about 20 minutes, half an hour. And then the St David's lifeboats come back in once they've launched the angle one off. I also asked then, how much does a Tamar class lifeboat weigh? He said about 32 tonne. So as you'll see on the back of that, they've got the two straps down to two anchor points in the lifeboat station, and then it goes to a hook point. I don't know what you call them. I'm not a boatie. I call it a pin. Then call it a pin on the back of the Tamar boat. So there's 32 tonne on those straps. That's a lot of weight for a couple of material straps. So anyway, we're going to go and have some squash, and then we're going to come back down and watch them launch this one, and hopefully bring the other one in. See then, I'm going to call it a she, but it's not, it's a he. You can see that they've cleaned the hull of the lifeboat now, and they are bringing her in. Here she comes in. Wow, what a day. And everybody else has gone thinking that the action is over, but as you know, it's always worth staying a little bit longer. Every day you get to see this. So, after saying we were going probably a good hour ago, we're eventually going. So, yeah, we saw the angled boat go out, and then, as you'll see there, the retrieval of the St. David's lifeboat. And I've just got to say a massive, massive thank you to the guys from the RNLI telling me what was happening, and they would like me to tag them in the footage that we have. Oh, the sun is absolutely boiling. Yeah, no, so massive respect to them. You see them on programs like Saving Lives at Sea, but until you see these boats close up, you can't really begin to see what a job it is, and how much effort it takes just to launch and retrieve that boat every time it's out saving lives. Massive job. Okay, right, we are now making our way back in the glorious, glorious sunshine. So as you see over St. David's Bay and towards Ramsey Island even, I'm going to say thanks for watching. Please do all the good stuff. Give us a like, a comment, and maybe get me a few more subscribers. Would be absolutely amazing. But from St David's, we bid you a farewell for this one, and remember, if you leave a mess, you'll spoil it for the rest. And the other one is, if you can't be good, don't get caught, but always be safe. Okay, so Nick from Nova Adventures and Urban Exploration signing out for this one. Not quite signing out for this one, some additional footage for you now. We went back on the 1st of July. We were hoping to get some good drone footage. As you see, the St David's lifeboat coming out of the lifeboat station at St David's. Anyway, we were hoping to get some good drone footage, but unfortunately with 30-mile-an-hour wind, it was impossible. Here she comes. Look at the bow wave splash about now. Excellent. That would look so good on a drone shot. We are hoping to go back at some stage, but sorry about the wind noise and sorry about the jerkiness of the video footage, but 30-mile-an-hour wind, trying to hold a mobile phone is not a joke. So enjoy this. I will put some music over the rest of the footage. You will also see the D-Class lifeboat launch and also the Ramsey Island pleasure boat coming back into the old lifeboat station at St David's. Coming up next are a series of photos of my 2 days spent at St David's Lifeboat Station. So hopefully you've enjoyed this one. If you could do all the good things, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and share to your friends. That will be greatly appreciated. It doesn't cost you any money and only a little bit of your time, and of course helps the channel grow. So here we are, we're going to continue with the photos now. Enjoy this one. We shall see you on the next one, and this is Nick from Nova Adventures signing out for this one.